Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Spellbinder's report on the unfiltered news from the reality zone, compiled by G. Edward Griffin. This is for the week of May 28th through June 3rd, 2011. And here is the comic strip for today. Oops, if I can line her up. And it says, you might want to make yourselves comfortable in the war room because we may be in Libya for a while against constitutional law. U.S. Obama continues to ignore the requirement to obtain authorization from Congress for military actions in Libya. Representative Kucinich introduced a resolution for complete withdrawal from Libya, but the vote was delayed because it had substantial support. Speaker of the House Boner then introduced a watered-down resolution asking only that Obama provide more information. This likely will be the resolution that will be allowed for a vote. Congress is corrupt. TPM on June 3rd. China accuses U.S. of launching an internet war to destabilize foreign governments like those in Arab countries. While there is a strong evidence to support this, China also has accused of hacking into the foreign databases. This comes on the heels of the U.S. proclaiming that computer cyber attacks may now be considered an act of war. All collectivist governments privately do what they publicly condemn. Global Post, June 3rd. U.S. Obama nominee to head the Commerce Department says that cap and trade is a good way to hide carbon taxes from the people. CNS, June 1st. They're just going to do it no matter if we tell them no or not. They will have cap and trade one way or the other. They just keep getting postponed and they just keep coming back. They won't give up until they got that money out of your pocket into theirs. Pakistan, 78% of the children with polio had previously been given polio vaccinations or vaccine by UNICEF and the U.S. sponsors. Imagine that. Citizens suspect foul play and are refusing further treatment. Natural News, June 2nd. Yeah, in Africa, when these people from UNICEF and other organizations, health organizations, come out there, you'll see the natives running to the hills away from them. China, a 17-year-old boy sold his kidney to buy an Apple iPod and cell phone. Sick people, sick. Daily Mail, June 2nd. Japan. UN International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, criticizes TEPCO for underestimating the tsunami threat. It is silent about health and environmental dangers. CSM, June 1st. Florida governor signs law requiring welfare recipients to pass drug tests to receive aid. He also is requiring drug tests for new state hires and spot checks for existing employees. For this, he is being sued by the ACLU. Daily Mail, June 1st. Yes, and he should be drug tested himself. Did you see the picture of him that they had? He looked like he was coked out of his mind, and he wants to drug test other people. Most of these people who are put in there, I believe all these people, if they believe that we should be drug tested, I think every government official should be drug tested. Every congressman, every senator, and the president should be drug tested weekly, just to make sure that they are following what they preach. British Geological Survey says that fracking, hydraulic chemical fracturing of rock while drilling for gas or oil may have caused low-level earthquakes, so drilling has been suspended during investigation. Globe and Mail, June 1st. Well, fracking is just poisoning their water, and the people don't even know that yet. New York Attorney General sues federal government over fracking because it failed to do environmental studies on the effects of chemicals that have been linked to groundwater pollution and human illness. That's a Gosmist, June 1st. U.S. home prices keep falling in 19 cities, but they are rising in Washington, D.C. Could that be because trillions of dollars are being pulled into the federal government, resulting in the expanding government employment and pressure for houses in D.C.? Business Insider, June 1st. Obama's birth certificate is an obvious forgery, says a scanner expert who filed a criminal complaint with the FBI demanding an investigation. Regardless of your prior opinion on this issue, you will be impressed by his evidence. WorldNet Daily, May 31st. New Mexico Supreme Court rules that police can confiscate legally owned guns from citizens' cars during traffic stops without any reason other than that the guns are there. This nullifies the Second Amendment to the Constitution, guaranteeing the right to keep and bear arms. The newspaper, May 31st. That also goes along with Indiana taking away the Fourth Amendment rights of citizens, saying that the police don't have to have a warrant. They can just come up to your door anytime they feel like it and kick it in and come around and check you out. Another violation of our Constitution by this illegal government. Former CIA head of bin Laden unit says that the U.S. aggressive war in the Middle East is the primary motivator for Al-Qaeda recruitment, and that foreign intervention is the cause of blowback in the Muslim world. Telegraph, May 31st. I wonder who said that first. Oh, that's right, Ron Paul for the last 6-7 years. That's right. He's been telling us that. Ron Paul, 2012. Please, people. Computer cyber attacks are now considered an act of war by the Pentagon, and military retaliation may be used. The danger is that a president who is looking for an excuse to invade a country now only has to claim that the country had launched a cyber attack against the U.S. A president wouldn't say that if it weren't true, would he? Daily Mail, May 31st. U.S. Supreme Court throws out damage claims against former Attorney General John Ashcroft, primarily because it is nearly impossible to sue a high-ranking government official so long as he or as his crime is committed while serving office. So if you commit the crime while you're serving office, you can't be prosecuted for it. Is that what it's saying? Interesting. Seems the Supreme Court's losing its mind. World Health Organization says cell phones may cause cancer. 31 scientists reviewed prior studies that link 30 minutes of daily cell phone use to a 40% risk in brain cancer, and another study that showed cell phones change brain chemistry. PC World, May 31st. That's right. Now they're starting to come out because there's still a lot of people getting operations to get tumors removed out of the side of their head where the phone's held all the time. Australia, new law outlaws swearing in public. Police can write tickets for $257. More revenue collecting on the spot for using obnoxious words and phrases. Many people approve, not realizing that this sets the stage for outlawing politically incorrect or hateful words and phrases. Definition of what those are will be entirely up to the government. SMH, May 31st. U.S. government is pursuing prosecution of healthcare executive for fraud estimated at $60 billion a year. This is a welcome shift in policy. Usually corporations are fined for criminal actions. The cost is passed on to their stockholders, and the executives are spared. It's almost too good to be true, in so much as the government and large corporations are known to have a cozy relationship. The execs still may get off with minor fines easily paid out of special bonuses. We shall see how this plays out. Yahoo, May 31st. Libya News. In Libya, news video captures Western troops on the ground, possibly British, apparently providing assistance to rebel forces. It is anticipated that NATO attacked helicopters and jets soon may support rebel positions. Guardian, May 30th. Texas prepares for a new oil boom. 3,000 wells to be drilled in the next 12 months using a process called fracking. This fractures underground rock formations to allow oil gas deposits to flow into the areas previously not accessible. This also causes oil, gas, and toxic chemicals used in the process to seep into the groundwater used for irrigation and water wells. The pollution can be deadly to humans and livestock. Yes, it can. Fracking is a bad thing. Daily Mail, May 30th. Obama is searching for a way to implement gun control by way of executive order, which would bypass Congress. He says he's working on this issue under the radar. Daily Mail, May 29th. Primer County, Arizona. SWAT team kills former Marine in botched pot raid. They pumped 60 bullets into him because they say he fired a gun at them. When they arrived, it was later shown that the Marine's gun was on safety mode, so he could not have fired. No drugs were found. Yes, my friends, we've got to stop the drug war and stop SWAT from just kicking in doors and shooting people. You know, shoot first, ask questions later? Oh, I don't think so in America. UN video is being sued, and the UN is being sued for $150 million for an unpaid contract, but the UN claims it does not have to pay because it has legal immunity in the U.S. Oh, diplomatic immunity to the UN. Another reason to get out of the UN, my friends. U.S. It is said that if the contractor is allowed to sue, it could open the floodgates for others and put the UN out of business as it owes hundreds of millions in unpaid contracts. Yes, YouTube, May 28. French President Sarkozy, on behalf of the G8, says that the internet should be controlled by government because governments are the only legitimate representatives of the will of the people. That's right, people. You put them in there to be your gods and your leader and not to do what you tell them to do for why you put them in there, but they think you put them in there to tell you what to do. Hey, pure collectivism. Of course, Hitler, Stalin, and Mao would totally agree. HuffPost, May 28. Again, a video. Tom Woods discusses Ron Paul's campaign platform that the mainstream media calls extremist. We think you will like all 15 points. YouTube, May 28. That's right, they call Ron Paul extremist, but yet our government with Obama, or I call him Abomination, is a lot more extremist than what Ron Paul's ever suggested on anything he said. A toxin known as BT, which is in baby bottles and everything, which is in BT is actually that's the bacterium, and corn and stuff, which is in many genetically modified crops, has been found in human blood. That's right, you're now infected with this bacterium. GMO producers say there is nothing to worry about because BT breaks down in the gut. However, a recent Canadian study shows that BT not only passes into the blood, but can be passed to children. India Today, May 28th. It's amazing what they're getting away with. U.S. 15 states are challenging the EPA's greenhouse gas ruling, which says greenhouse gases endanger human welfare. That's a step in the right direction, but it would be more efficient and effective for these states to assert the 10th Amendment and simply ignore bad EPA regulations. Legal Newsline, May 28th. Analysts say Greece should do the right thing and default now. He says banks lured the government into loans it could not afford by means of deceptive promises and other predator loan policies. Therefore, the banks committed a crime and should forfeit payment. Yes, and they're trying to extort money, so they should be charged, the bankers should be charged with extortion. We don't think the government was all that naive and innocent, but the criminality of the loans is well worth considering. Of two minds, June 1st. And I think that's about all I have time for. And you can read about the grip of the mad scientists, review Monsanto's history, to carry out secret experiments on U.S. citizens. Monsanto is still working with the military and USDA through its agricultural business and recently teamed up with Atlas Ventures Company. Yes, you can read this at Farm Wars and the rest. I have to get off here now, but I'll have the link at the description, and you can see this. Until next time, good day.